itsmintsalad, and I saw Gone in 60 Seconds. It is directed by Dominic Sena, written by Scott Rosenberg. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. And this is the one with Nick Cage, the 2001, just so you know. Spoilers ahead. This movie starts and we're following a car thief. His name is Kip, and he's supposed to steal 50 cars for his head honcho boss man. And in the process of stealing 50 cars, he decides to steal a car that's just chilling in some showroom. And I'm just thinking, no, this is how you get caught. The boss knows best. They have the brain. You're just doing the work for the brain. If you use your brain, it's not in line with the boss's brain, and the boss's brain is thinking about how to not get caught by the police, okay? Here you are. Oh, look at that car. It's all nice and shiny. Let me steal it from a showroom. Dude, those people have money to go after you. What are you doing? And of course, because this guy's name is Kip is being dumb, he brings the car to all the other cars where all the other 50 cars are, and guess what? The police is on his tail, and of course all these thieves just have to run away and they have to hide, and the cops take all 50 cars. And I'm like, oh geez, if this Kip wasn't so selfish, I don't know, just be satisfied with the work you're given. Why you gotta be like, oh, one more car won't hurt? It literally does. It literally does. You're doing crime. Oh, let's just do one more. Yeah, but this crime is noticed, okay? The other ones weren't noticed. Oh my goodness. And of course, we got Kip's pal. His name is Memphis. And he's like, oh, I want my pal back. And I'm like, bro, you got terrible taste in friends. Not because of the car stealing, but because this man decided to steal a car that wasn't part of the cars to steal and caused the police to come, okay? That's why you shouldn't be friends with him, because he doesn't follow direct orders. And so Memphis is like, oh, how can I have it so my friend doesn't die? And this head honcho boss man is like, how about you steal the cars that the police have taken, and I have a deadline. I have a very specific deadline, okay? 72 hours, you have 72 hours. That's all you got. And Memphis is like, all right, here we go. I like how this movie is kind of evolving. It ramps up, get it? Cause car, vroom, vroom, vroom. So anyway, it ramps up. It goes to where they're at the planning stage. He assembles a crew, like a few people. There's like a mechanic slash bartender there, a mute chick, and like a guy who like specializes in engines, and big knowledge brain head man, you know, assembles a crew. And they're trying to do the smart thing, which is to plan which cars they're going to steal, instead of, you know, willy-nilly stealing cars like that freaking Kip guy did. Oh man, I'm so angry about that. So anyway, oh boy, they're here to steal these cars. They gotta go in a specific order though. There's this one car that Memphis has had his eyes on for many years, and now he has the opportunity to steal it. But he's like, I feel that people know this about me because I've tried and failed multiple times, that I should just wait until that's the very last car to steal, because then, you know, there's no chance of the whole thing being blown up in my face and my friend's face is blown off as a result, because by the way, Kip's life is at stake. I don't know if I mentioned that part, but yeah, it's very important. That's the reason why he's doing this. And, you know, let's have a little bit of a plan. Oh, looks like Kip already did some of the work for us. You know what he did? He bribed some Mercedes employees. You know, with the bad economy we're in these days. Oh, this is from 2000? Wasn't the economy bad then? Anyway, he bribed some Mercedes employees, and he's like, hey, I have some money. Why don't you make some keys that match these Mercedes over here? Why don't you do that? And he did that. He was successful in that endeavor. However, the detectives, and I'm not on the detective side in this story, the detectives are staking out these cars. They're looking at them. They're like, I'm sure somebody's gonna steal these cars, amazingly. And I'm like, oh boy, aren't you right, detectives? How are these fellas going to get around the detectives and steal these cars? Well, that's what the third act's about. I like how One by one, they steal cars in the third act. A bunch of fun stuff happens, like Memphis has a romantic relationship with this chick, which is cool. I like seeing them kissing, but they kiss for too long. Honestly, when it comes to movies, my personal opinion is that, whatever, you shouldn't, kissing, it kind of slows things down. I guess that's the entire point, because, you know, Gone in 60 Seconds is a very fast movie. In this case, I like the kissing. It slows things down, but usually I'm not a huge fan of kissing in movies unless it serves, like, a good reason to. And that's the reason, is the pacing. So, anyway, they have a little bit of a kiss, they have a little bit of a steal cars, and they're stealing a bunch of cars, and they're mostly successful stealing of the cars. Oh boy, except for there's a little bit of complications, as with plans, they never go right all the time. There's a dog who decides to eat some keys for some of the Mercedes, and I have to wait for the keys to pass through the dog system. And I'm just thinking, how do you know it's going to pass through the dog system? Wouldn't you need surgery? It's freaking keys. It's metal. How is that going to go through the intestinal tract, dude? Ugh. Well, that part of the movie I have contention with. How did they get the keys out of the dog? Because the dog passing it through would injure the dog, okay? They have a little bit of a hiccup there. They do eventually steal the Mercedes. Luckily, the cops aren't really looking, but other people are looking, aka the rival gang that they're in competition with. The rival gang wants to steal those cars, you know, and they hate the other people, and so the rival gang is on their town. And, you know, most of the stealing of the cars is successful and smooth. A couple of hiccups with the Mercedes, but that one last final car. Oh, wow, the cops are here to tail your butt, and you have to make sure that they are not on your butt no more. And I like this scene. I like all the driving, and also the way that the camera is. It's like all shaky to give it nice liveliness and movement and also good tension, and I like that. And they are successful in getting rid of the cops, which I like. And then they go to the base. This is probably the last 20 minutes of the movie. They go to the base, they encounter the guys, the boss man. They're like, oh, you were a little bit too late. We're about to kill your friend. I'm like, but guy, you did your fulfillment. What if it was a little bit 2 minutes too late? He's like, I have to make sure they run on time, okay? I gotta make sure everything goes smoothly. You don't know that you're a part of a bigger economy that needs things to run on time. And he's about to kill this guy's friend. He's like, no! And then the whole fight happens. One thing leads to another. He gets thrown out the window. Well, the boss man gets thrown out the window. And everyone's like, yeah, we don't have any bosses anymore. And everyone celebrates with a friggin' barbecue. And I'm like, bro, what about when you're like 60? Where's the money then? You're gonna steal cars until you're 60? These fellas aren't thinking about their future. But anyway, that's the end of the movie. They have a barbecue and they're all having a happy time. Oh man, this movie is fun. I like the pacing of this. It's very fast. It's a very fast movie. You know how like cars go, they go fast? This movie is that. Nick Cage is a great actor. I remember watching Ghost Rider, and he does not strike me as the same person who did Ghost Rider. Like, in the mannerisms, and the way he acts, and the way he carries himself, he's great. And I think I overall enjoyed this movie. I gotta give this movie, it's a solid, like, 6.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all the daily movie reviews, go to this link to find the way you can help support the daily grind of all the daily movie reviews. So go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Salt. I'll see you later, my salad croutons, bacon bits. I'm dead.